Hello everyone, I'm Shankha Subra Sanyal and I welcome you all on behalf of S-Cube's classes. Well, I'm really thankful to all of you for your overwhelming response. The amount of love that you have shown through your mails, through your feedbacks, I'm really grateful. I'm really privileged. What are the different forms of energy? अब different forms of energy अगर आप मुझसे पूछो तो the first thing that I would try to tell you is of course mechanical energy that I have talked to you. The mechanical energy is a combination of what? It's a combination of kinetic energy and potential energy. Normally हम लोग kinetic energy को represent करते हैं K से, K, and potential energy is represented by the alphabet U. पोटेंशियल एनर्जी को U से हम लोग रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं. सो मैकेनिकल एनर्जी मैथमेटिकली कैन बी सेड E is equal to K plus U. Is that okay? The potential energy may be positive or negative. This is very important. The potential energy may be positive or negative. But the kinetic energy, which is given by the formula half mv square of a body, is always positive. क्यों? क्योंकि देखो हाफ एम वी स्क्वायर में मेरा है क्या, m और v स्क्वायर. तो m तो मेरा भाई मास ऑफ द बॉडी कैन नेवर बी नेगेटिव, तो m तो पॉजिटिव ही है मेरा. व्हाट इज माय v स्क्वायर? v स्क्वायर अगर v होता तब भी हम लोग सोच सकते थे कि नेगेटिव वेलोसिटी तो हो ही सकता है. बट व्हेन वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट v square, that's always positive. Kinetic energy is not it can never be negative. It's always a positive term. While potential energy may or may not be positive. It may be positive as well as negative. A body may be having negative mechanical energy. अगर मेरा potential energy negative potential energy is more than that of my kinetic energy, so of course my mechanical energy can be negative, isn't it? So if you wish me to cite an example for this, I would give you the example of a satellite which is revolving around the earth. The satellite which is revolving around the earth, it is having negative mechanical energy. Now, why do I say it's having negative mechanical energy? Because negative mechanical energy is something which is indicated by its bound state. What is a bound state? It means that the potential energy of the body is negative and its value is more than kinetic energy of the body. Please remember or mark my words. I say that negative mechanical energy indicates bound state, which means that potential energy of the body is negative and its value is more than the kinetic energy of the body. Another kind of energy that we have is heat energy. Wait, what is heat energy? It is the energy possessed by a body due to its kinetic energy, because of the kinetic energy of its molecules actually. They are in continuous chaotic motion. Because they are in chaotic motion, it is very obvious that they will go down, and what would happen? They would collide with other molecules, and when they'll be colliding with other molecules, there would be some kind of energy being generated. And what energy is this? This is nothing but this is the heat energy that I'm referring to. There's another kind of energy that I would like to share with you over here, and I would call it as internal energy. This internal energy of a body is basically the sum of kinetic energy and potential energy of its molecules. ये जो molecules की बात मैं कर रहा था ना कि they are moving. So since some molecules are in race, some are in motion, some are, because of its position, will be having potential energy. So all these combined together will contribute to my internal energy. The kinetic energy of molecules results from what? It is result from the random chaotic movement of the molecules. The potential energy of the molecules results from what? It results from the bonds and interactions with each other. ये interaction जो मैं कह रहा हूँ कि the collisions, when they go down and collide with each other, hits each other, that actually I'm referring to. I'm talking about that as interactions. Yet another form of energy is there, which is known as electrical energy. Well, this energy, that electrical energy I'm talking about, is the energy which is associated with electric current. When charges move, electric charges are, you must have studied in electricity that the charges are in motion. There are two types of electricity that we have discussed. One is static electricity and one is dynamic electricity. Static electricity is where the charges are at rest, while dynamic is the one where charges are in motion. So in order to move the electric charges, since they're in motion, so in order to move them, work needs to be done. And since this work is done, it appears as electrical energy. Another type of energy is chemical energy, the energy that is stored in cells, right? In fact, the inverter batteries and all that you have, inverter batteries that you have at your home, or maybe the cell that you are using in your laptops, in your mobile phones, those are what? Those are actually storing chemical energy. They possess it because of what? They possess it because of chemical bonding of its atoms. You must have learned about covalent bonding. You have talked about ionic bonding. So because of this bonding of the atoms, the energy that is possessed is known as chemical energy. A chemical compound is always having less energy than the parts of which it is made. This actually means this difference in energy is called the chemical energy. When I'm talking about the chemical compound has less energy than the parts of which it is made, like the reactants and the products I'm talking about. The energy that is possessed by the complete compound is always more than what it has been made up from. A and B combined to give me AB. So AB would be having more energy as compared to either of A or B. One very important energy that I have actually missed out and I need to talk to you about is about the nuclear energy. The energy available from an atomic nucleus is called nuclear energy. Now, when I talk about this, I need to tell you, we are all aware that atoms, molecules, whatever we call, the atoms being the smallest part, as said by Dalton, it says that according to Dalton's theory, that atoms are the indivisible and indestructible parts, right? But afterward, it was discovered that no, they are not indivisible and indestructible, but they are actually composed of subatomic particles. What kind of subatomic particles we have? We have electrons, protons, neutrons. So if I talk about the structure of the atom, the nucleus, the center of the atom is called the nucleus, and over there you'll be having nucleons. Now, when I'm talking about nucleons, I will be referring to the neutrons and the protons. The protons are the positively charged, while the neutrons are the neutral charged particles. When I'm talking about the electrons, the negatively charged particles, they are the ones who are actually moving around in the periphery, moving around in the orbit. We call it as energy shells. They are moving in circular orbits. So this nuclear energy that I'm talking to you, they can be obtained in two ways. When I was of your age, I used to think that how come year after year, for last say millions and millions of years, this sun is producing so much of energy? Because initially I thought there might be something burning over there. But is it so? No. Since oxygen isn't present, so we cannot have something burning over there. So what we need to do is we need to realize what is this nuclear fusion.
There are two kinds of thing which is known as nuclear fusion and fission.
So this brings us to the end of the lecture. Well, before I sign off, as I always do, I would request you, in case you have any queries, please do feel free to write to me at scubesclasses@gmail.com, or you can WhatsApp me on the numbers given on your screen. It would be a privilege on my part to be addressing your queries. Thank you so much.